I do get it, but also it is freaky. Like if she was just crying and then just started staring at a wall. Nay, nay. Hey guys, it's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today is Freaky Friday and I will be reading some stories off Reddit. Now, I remember when I was young, I used to read stories off here and freak myself out like no tomorrow and have to get mum to come in and pray for me because I would be a little baby crying. Also, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. This week I have felt so down and I just haven't wanted to do anything. Like even filming before, I tried to film my makeup while doing this and I just couldn't do it. Don't know why. I was trying to read and do my makeup and I just sat here and nearly bawled my eyes out because I stuttered and I was like, I can't do this. So makeup is done. We're just reading some stories today. Okay, it's a very long introduction, so let's get into it. I have found some stories here off Reddit which I skimmed over one before and I was like, oh my gosh, guess he's not sleeping tonight. Me. Okay, so this one is Shh by Reddit user Fuzzy Bandits. So it goes, when I was a teenager, I used to babysit my cousin Alyssa. She was little, almost 2, old enough to say sentences. I'm giving her a bath before bed when she looks into the hallway and gets a terrified look on her face and starts crying. This is already at a bad start. Like, kids see freaky things. At this moment, my aunt's Pomeranian starts going nuts as well, barking and growling into the hallway. The atmosphere in the room became uncomfortable, and I started to get scared. I took her downstairs from the 3rd floor on the townhouse to try and calm her down. I asked her what was wrong, and she said something along the lines of, the man with the black eyes was there. Ew. If a child said that to me, I'd be like, hun, we're going to the church. You're getting an exorcism. Like, no thank you. Ew. When I continued to pry, she looked up at the 2nd floor of stairs and her eyes started to get big and looking at me, bringing her finger up to her mouth and said, shh, while shaking her head, no. I'm sorry, if I was looking after a child and it starts pointing up the stairs going, shh, no, alright, you'll be going back to your mother very soon. I won't be looking after you. Ew. I did not like that. And why do freaky things always happen with kids? Like, kids are meant to be so cute and innocent, not spooky. Alrighty, so the next one is called The Trickster. This is by Reddit user Scarlet Beeswax. Cute name. I lived in this house with a basement, and every time I walked up the stairs, I would get this weird, creepy feeling and get goosebumps on the back of my neck. It didn't make me uneasy to go down the stairs or be in the basement. My craft room was down there and I spent a lot of time in there. After a while, I would have items I was using disappear, and when I would look for them, I couldn't find them. I would search and search, and one day I got frustrated. I said, "Ah!" like in capital letters. Can I please have my scissors back? Ew! I don't like that. So you got frustrated and then were like, can I have my scissors back? No, who are you talking to? Like, you're asking for it. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Scarlet Beeswax. I just looked under the pile of new mail, and when I turned my head, there were the scissors on top of the pile of mail. So after yelling out, saying, give me my scissors back, they're now on top of the pile. Maybe you just weren't looking. Yuck. I talked to my neighbour and she told me that the original owner of the house was a jolly old man who loved to prank people, and that he had fallen coming up the stairs one day and he had died. I think the goosebumps were him trying to tell me to be careful, and every time after that, when something would disappear, I would politely ask for it back and it would appear in the place that I could not have missed it before. Thanks, old man, it was fun. Ew, I didn't like that. Like, at least he was being nice, but still. Oh. So next one is called Family Reunion, and this is by Reddit user Big Chulla. Okay. One day when my daughter was 2, another kid one? When my daughter was 2, we were having a typical terrible twos moment. She was throwing a tantrum for about 5 to 10 minutes and we couldn't get her under control. At some point, she rather suddenly stopped and started staring at the wall and started lightly giggling. Ew. It was weird. One second she was crying and screaming, and the next second she's staring at a wall, smiling and happy. I don't like where this is going. Then she starts saying funny lady over and over. Ew. We asked her who she saw and she pointed to the wall again and said funny lady. When we asked her to describe who she saw, she described my deceased grandmother. I mean, exactly described her. Now, she hadn't even seen a picture. She was only 2 years old. I'm not much of a believer in the paranormal, but I know for sure that my daughter got a chance to meet my mum, and that makes me happy. Okay, that was actually a cute one because we have experienced the same thing in our family with my nan passing away. And yeah, like little kids in the family that never met her, they see her photos and they just smile and light up. So I do get it, but also it is freaky. Like if she was just crying and then just started staring at a wall. Nay nay. So this one is called A Watery Grave. There is no name for who wrote this one. So it says, I didn't grow up believing in ghosts. Then one morning when we were 16, when my mum's friends picked us up for carpool, I mentioned that I was really creeped out by this bathroom under the stairs in my house that no one ever used. That is such a long sentence, like damn hun. I couldn't exactly define why I felt this way, I just found it eerie. The house I grew up in was an old Victorian home built in the 1800s, so eerie vibes were part of the package. Yeah, I feel that. Hearing this reminded my friend of her own creepy bathroom association, of course. Here we go, let's go. She told me that when she lived in the German countryside for a year, oh my gosh, that would be so beautiful, there was a little section in the home that no one but her and her sister used, who was about 9 years old at the time. During this time period, her sister would wake up with bloodshot eyes, sometimes even bruises, and feel totally exhausted. Oh naughty no. Oh really? They did everything to investigate what was going on, including sleeping in her room, working with a child psychologist and a school counselor. Damn. My friend doesn't remember much from this time period other than her sister being disturbed by something the year they lived there. She mentioned that her and her other sister also hated using that bathroom because they always felt off and would find thick black hairs stuck in the drain. Ew, even though each of them had fine blonde hair. Ew, I hate that. That was probably like the garage or something. At this point, my friend's mum abruptly stopped the car and jerked her head around and said that's where the woman killed herself. She drowned herself in that bathtub. Ew. Her mum was clearly shaken. She said the part of the reason why they moved because something felt off in that house and in that bathroom. I don't like that one. That was really ewy. And that's just how it ends. So, obviously you had the grudge in your house. Nasty. So this one is called Doppelganger by Reddit user QuietVoice4846. Late at night, I usually go to the bathroom multiple times, but for the past 4 days, every time I go to leave, I can see myself standing still in the mirror from the corner of my eye. Ew. I'm like getting goosebumps. I hate reading things like this. Yuck. It is like another me watching me leave the bathroom. I can relate to this, like, ew. It terrifies me to the point where I almost run out without looking directly in the mirror. I never told my husband about it because I didn't want to acknowledge it out loud. Fair enough. Earlier today, I took a nap. When I woke up, he told me that he had seen me sit up and crawl. I don't even want to read this. When I woke up, he told me he had seen me sit up and crawl backward off the edge of the bed and stand up in front of the... Ew, I'm getting goosebumps. Stand up in front of the bedroom door from the corner of his eye. He thought it was weird that I got up like that because I'm in the last month of my pregnancy and I can't really move so good without it hurting. So he tried talking to me and I didn't answer. So he looked back at the door to find me and I was sleeping in bed. Oh, that is disgusting. Yuck. I'm sorry, but if you saw your wife getting up backwards, like out of the bed, wouldn't you say something or be like, babe, what are you doing? That's so freaky, why are you doing that? Stop. Gross. He thought it was creepy as well, but he didn't want to say it out loud anymore because he thinks it will give whatever it is the power or energy. I have no idea what it is or why we both keep seeing it. Ew, you need to pray over your house. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yuck. Okay, I actually can't read anymore because I'm freaking myself out too much. So I'm gonna end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed me reading these Reddit stories. I tried not to find the really creepy ones because I don't want to cry myself to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Mwah. It always used to annoy me how like their finger was. Anyways, moving on. Oh no, I lost where I was. Oh no.